guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Today I'm here with a new mini album tutorial. We're going to be making this fun pop-up book using the Little Prince paper collection by Ciao Bella. So this mini album measures 8.5 by 7 and it has a 2.5 inches spine. All the pages are designed the same way. We just embellish them a little bit different. So over here this opens up and we have a fun two-way pop, and then when we close this up, this opens up here again and we have a fun pop-up feature. You can add pictures on the side, and then on the back of the pages we have a pocket where you can add more pictures. A separate video showcasing all of the inside pages here, but for now let's go ahead and make our book. We're going to be using some chipboard pieces, so I went ahead and cut 2 pieces at 8.5 by 7 and 1 piece at 8.5 by 2.5. And then to make the book, I'm just simply going to be using this craft color cardstock. This is 65 pounds. I'm going to start with 3 pieces of cardstock. We're going to join these together and then we are going to make the binding for the book. Now for the hinges, we're going to use a piece of 7 3/4 by 11, and I'm going to score first at 2 inches. Then we're going to score at 2 3/4, 3.5, 4, okay, 4 3/4, 5.5, 6, 6 3/4, 7.5, 8, 8 3/4, and 9.5. Okay, and then we're going to fold along the score line. So we're going to join together the first 2 3/4 inches like that to make the first hinge. So for the base pages, I am going to need 4 pieces of 9 by 6 1/4 and 4 pieces of 8 by 6 1/4. And the 9-inch pieces, we are going to score at 1/2 inch and at 8 1/2. Then we're going to fold along the score lines, and we are going to add a piece of double-sided tape. So now for the pop-up pages, I am going to cut 4 pieces of 8 inches by 6 1/2, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 6 1/2. Now we're going to add these pieces to the front side of each one of the pages. So we're just going to line this up to the right side of the page, and we are going to add the glue. To use the patterns pad, and I'm going to pick 4 of these designs to cover the pages. Okay, so I have all of these little pieces that I cut out, and I'm going to use the scrap pieces that we have, and I'm just going to reduce these here to maybe 7 inches. Okay, and then this measures 4 1/2, and we're gonna use this as the base to make the pop-up. And then I'm going to score at 1/2 inch right here, and we're gonna fold along the score line, and here we go. Just gonna put a piece of tape here, just like that, and then we are going to cut Okay, and then I'm going to do the same for all of these. So here I have the 4 pieces, and I'm keeping the tape facing up, and I'm going to start making the layouts. Now that I have the layouts, I'm going to place them on my scoreboard, and I'm just going to score at about, at the center, basically here. Just gonna give it a score, and we're gonna fold these in half, just like that. And then I am going to cut right there on the center. You want to have a piece that looks like this, and these are going to be fold back, and those are going to be your pop-up pieces. I'm just going to add the pop-up pieces. So I'm going to open up the page. I am going to use one of my pop-ups. You want to fold it in half so you have your tape facing up, and we're going to place it so this tip here matches the bending line, and we're going to place it at an angle like this. Now I'm going to use 4 pieces of 6 by 8.5, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch along the 8.5 inch side. I'm going to add those pieces on the front of our layout. Okay, so here we have our pop-up layout, and I'm going to glue these ones right on the top. So now I'm going to use 4 pieces of 4 by 6, and I'm going to score along the 6 inches at 1.5, 3, and 4.5. Okay, so 1.5, 3, 4.5, and then along the 4 inches we're going to score at 1, 2, and 3. And we are going to cut the corner rectangular sections out. I'm going to fold these smaller pieces here, so we're going to match the center line along the top to the center line on the sides. So we're gonna go from the top to the left side, and then I'm going to fold down, and then we're also going to go from the top to the other side. Okay, and we are going to fold down, and so now you're gonna see an X mark on the center, and then you're just going to pinch back the 2 side sections, and then you're gonna bring these together like that. Okay, so you're gonna pinch the sides, you're gonna bring together, and then we are going to press down and come up with this little shape. and I'm going to do the same for the other pieces. So now we're going to put our pop-ups together. I'm going to use these larger pieces, and I went ahead and folded this in half, but you also want to fold the 1/2 inch sections here, and you want to fold those both ways. Okay, so I'm going to do that one and this one here. Okay, so now we're gonna hold these flat again, and we're gonna grab one of the smaller pieces, and what we're gonna do is place these in between these two sections. So basically you're going to separate these sections, and we're going to insert these right in there, and you want to place this right up until that score line, so that's going to be your stopping point, and we are going to glue these two pieces. So what I'm going to do is add a glue on this side right here, turn this around and add glue on the other one. Okay, so that way the glue is on the inside, and we're going to add this piece right in there. You want to make sure it's on the center. Okay, so that is what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna press and let this dry, and I'm going to do the same with the other one. Then we're going to bring our book back. I'm going to open those up, and we're going to glue these pieces down. So I'm going to add glue on this section here and on the back. Okay, and then you want to place these on the center, and you want to make sure the tip is touching the bending line, and I'm just going to move it more this way, just like that. And then we're just going to close these and wait for this to dry, and then I'm going to do the same on the other one. And I'm going to do 4 pieces of 4.5 by 7.25, and I'm going to score along the 4.5 at 1/2 inch, and along the 7.25 at 1/2 inch, and at 6 3/4. And then what we're going to do is just cut the corners here so we can make a pocket for the back page. So now we're just going to glue the pockets on the back of the pages.